What's going on? Char Celicio here with SoCalArtisan.com, and today I wanted to show you how I clean a case, specifically guitar cases, bass cases, or any other instrument case that has the fur lining inside of a plastic encapsulated case. In this case, this is going to be a Fender Precision and Jazz bass, molded case by Fender. This one's, I think, from like 1990s, 2000s eras. Now, there are a lot of rumors when it comes to cleaning your case. I had one case that was shipped to me and it had the laundry sheets in it, and it just smelled like weird case smell and laundry sheets. So you don't want to do that. I've heard coffee grounds before as another thing that people have tried. Unless you like the smell of coffee, then that's probably not for you either. The tried and true way that I've seen that works for me is with good old soap and water. Cold water preferably, so that you're not loosening the glue inside your case. As you can see here, my case had some cheaper glue that was definitely used, and it didn't hold up over all the years. And now the straps on it don't hold the full weight of the case anymore. So I don't want that to happen to the fur lining inside. So I'm using cold water, and I use Dr. Bronner's soap to go along with this. Just the regular unscented baby shampoo soap. You can kind of use it for whatever, but it's a very mild soap, and it really grabs a hold of whatever that smell is in the cases. First things first, you just go ahead and spray out your case. You're gonna get everything wet, and just so it's ready to go ahead and get some nice foamy soap action going. And then you're gonna just by hand rub the soap into the fur case. It doesn't have to be a full perfect job. You just want to make sure you're spreading the soap around evenly throughout the case and all the areas where the fur lining is. Now, you do want to make sure you're using a soft hose, that way that it's not really trying to pull the fur off of the case, and that'll kind of keep it in place. And you'll see once I start hitting it with the water, that soap kind of spreads every which way. So you just want to make sure to get started and get it foamed up, and then you're going to use the water to really go ahead and give it that deep cleanse that we need to get that smell out. I use a good amount of soap. I usually like to make sure that there's enough on all the surfaces so that when I spray it, it's going to spread out and kind of get every little piece of fur soapy and wet. Now, you do want to make sure that you wash it out thoroughly. You don't want any of the soap to be left in the case because it'll get crusty in there once it dries. So make sure you hit it with the hose. I went at it a second time because as it was drying, I started to notice it was getting white in some areas. So I just kind of came back and hit it with the hose again. And then now it's time to dry. Now, I like to pat my case down once it's all washed out with some garage towels, just to kind of get that initial level of wetness out of there. And then I set it in front of a fan and in direct sunlight with the guitar case as much pointed downwards as possible so that all the water drains out of the plastic part and into the ground. And then make sure you rotate it. I do this all day, and then the night after I clean it, I usually leave it on the fan as well, just to make sure that it gets all that out of there. And then the next morning, I have a perfect case ready to go with no smell, ready to hold my favorite bass guitar.